with Mike Simonson, head coach of the SPU women's basketball team. Coach Simon with the Falcons getting ready to finally start their season this week, heading up to Bellingham to play in a crossover classic against Cal State San Marcos in Azusa Pacific. Mike, you've been going for about 3 or 4 weeks now. What have you seen out there in the gym during practice, and what are you liking so far?
We have a hungry and competitive group. So every day we have, we always say this, we never forget to compete. And so the second our team comes on the court, we really have iron sharpening iron practices. This team, more than any other team we've had, has aspirations to go to the NCAA tournament, to improve on our conference record of previous years in the GNAC and tough conference that we have. But this group is trying to climb the ladder, and every day they're striving for it, and they're a fun group to work with.
Okay. You've had a couple of exhibition games and a scrimmage. What did you see in those, and what did you like, and what are some things you're saying, hey, we still got some work to do?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think every coach in the country right now is thinking, man, we got to get better in a lot of areas. But we have a solid nucleus coming back from last year's team. So last year's team was really strong defensively, and this year the proof's been that, hey, we're a really good defensive team once again. Our scrimmages and exhibitions. So that's part of our identity, and something we're really excited about is that we're going to hold people below their average. But also offensively, we are improved in that area this year. One thing we've really spent a lot of time on is getting extra shots up. And also our passing and cutting offense is really taking its next step this season, because it's about year 3 of us putting it in. So we need to get better on offense is a huge goal that we've had, but we've seen a ton of improvement already, and we're really excited going into these first couple games to showcase that.
Okay. And you talk about passing. This team, I know, takes a lot of pride in having a very high percentage of its baskets assisted.
Yes.
I'm assuming that mindset is still there.
Yeah, we're definitely a pass-first basketball team. We want to pass, cut, and move, try to get a lot of layups, easy, high percentage shots. Last year I would say one stat we've thrown around is that we really did have a lot of open looks, and this year we just got to bury them down. I think if last year we would have made the looks that we had, we easily could have been the top assisted team in the conference. So going into this year, we're hoping we can average 17, 18 assists per game and have a low turnover margin, because we're a really good passing basketball team.
Okay. You talked about that core nucleus of returners. Talk about some of those ladies in particular.
Yeah. We're bringing 2 honorable mention all-conference players back in their 5th year. That's Natalie Hoff and Ashley Alter, and both of them they played together for now going on their 5th year. So they have a great connection. They're able to find each other in spots. Just really good chemistry between them, and both of them know our system so well. Both of them are completely bought into some of the things that we've been doing, and so seeing it come to fruition, there's nothing better than I'd like to see them climb the ladder and go to the NCAA tournament and go far. So I think those are 2 big ones we have coming back. And then, Anna Eddy, Haley Marlowe is an elite defender, but Anna Eddy, she can stretch the floor, score on multiple levels. She's coming back. Haley Marlowe, I think, is one of the best defenders in the conference. I hope the rest of our conference sees that this season, because she can guard. And then we also have Skylar Berry, who's an elite post player, coming back, and she's able to tag team with Natalie Hoff very well. So, I mean, that's 5 right there. And I think we have some surprise players, which I'm sure you're going to ask me about here too, coming back. But Hunter Beeren barely played last year. She was coming off an ACL. She came back in the middle of conference. She's back to 100%, and we're really excited about her and the things that she's given. Our roster's really strong. I could go down the list, but we do have a great nucleus coming back, along with some great newcomers too.
And about those newcomers, I've been really excited about this newcomer class. A lot of talent there.
Yeah, this newcomer class, I think what's cool about it is, we have 5 players that kind of all play a different position in our offensive and defensive scheme. So that's pretty cool to have a group of 5 that kind of complement each other there, just from a position standpoint. But then we have some transfers too. So we have a graduate transfer from Kaiser. She came from Kaiser University in Florida, but she's from Argentina. An international player. Her name's Chiara De Virgilio. I have a very bad pronunciation for her. She roasts me all the time. But she has a great feel for the game, can really shoot the 3, fits our system very well. She's going to have 1 year with this program, and she's already making an impact already. And then we have 3 4-year transfer players. McKenna Jacqueline from University of Idaho. She can stretch the floor. She's a Canadian player, has an international feel, much like Chiara in that she can pass, cut, and move, and she She really can stretch the floor with her shot. She has a good feel for the game. Emmy Bishop from Northern Colorado. She's a post player that we're really excited about. She has a tremendous upside. She redshirted last year in Northern Colorado, so she's coming in almost as a freshman for us, but she has a year under college basketball under her belt. So she's brought a lot of competitive energy to our post player. We already have a really strong post position, and she's bringing depth to that. Then we have Kylie Young from University of Hawaii. It's fun. I've always wanted to bring a player from across the Pacific Ocean to Seattle Pacific, and she's our first one. She played for University of Hawaii, but also for a coach that I go way back with. His name's Derek Lowe, and he's trained her. She's a competitor. She has a tough, hard-nosed defense about her, and she's very quick and athletic. So those are all of our transfers. But then we have one freshman, Grace Leisure, who is extremely athletic and has a good feel for the game, a tremendous shot blocker. She's going to do amazing things at Seattle Pacific when it's all said and done in her career, because she just affects the game in so many different areas. A 6-foot lengthy wing that can really affect the game.
The fact that 4 of these newbies have some college experience to varying degrees, is that a plus as they come into a new program?
Yeah, it's a plus. And now they have to unlearn some college things and relearn new program. I think that's always tough, but they're able to adapt to the college life a lot easier than a typical high school freshman. I mean, I always say this, as a freshman coming into college, as much as you're growing and developing and as confident as you are, when you're away from home for the first time and you're going to college level classes, college level basketball in a new city with new weather, that's a lot of things thrown at you stimulus wise. And so a college transfer, they're able to adapt easier and probably learn and develop quicker than a typical high school freshman.
Tough schedule as always, and that certainly starts this weekend with San Marcos and Azusa. Just talk about the schedule, especially the non-conference part of it.
Well, at Seattle Pacific, in every sport, but women's basketball is not any different. We want a schedule to go to the NCAA tournament, and that's been every year since I've been the head coach at Seattle Pacific. We have scheduled probably one of the toughest RPI rankings on the West region. So no different this year. We'll play San Marcos and Azusa Pacific again. Both were NCAA tournament teams last year. Both are top 25 opponents. And yeah, we're starting off tough because we have huge aspirations for this group. Again, I would love nothing more than Natalie Hoff and Ashley Alter to go to the NCAA tournament. And that's why we scheduled these 2 tough games. San Marcos, gritty team. Really respect the way that they play. They stretch the floor. They pass, cut, and move similarly to us. And we're expecting a hard-fought game on Friday. And then Azusa is always really tough. They always have some good size and athleticism, and they play multiple ways. Their style kind of changes game to game, which is always fun to go against an opponent like that. It'll be a tough test, both those teams, but something that we've been preparing for and we're ready for.
And of course, in the GNAC, there are no nights off in this conference. You got to be ready to go every night, whether it's whoever is out there.
Yeah. I truly believe it's the best women's basketball conference in the entire country. We had 4 teams last year. I truly believe we'll have 4 again this year. Western Washington, they went to the Final Four last year, the championship game, as a matter of fact. They're a heck of a ball club. And they're preseason pick number 1. We have Alaska Anchorage, is really tough. We have Montana State Billings that brings almost everybody back. They're very tough. Central Washington has Sam Bowman, preseason player of the year. I mean, she's going to be so it's a really tough conference. But what I love about us is we're just focused on us at the SPU. We're focusing on our system, our team, our culture, and there's a lot of confidence that we have brewing here at Seattle Pacific, to the point where I think we're going to surprise some people in our conference. I truly do. It starts with tough, hard-nosed defense and sharing the ball on offense, but we're really excited to start and get into conference play.
All right, Coach. Thank you so much, and best of luck this season.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah.